Good evening, Metaversal Cybernauts. That's what you all are this evening, according to our very own private Winnie Skibbs. Good evening, Winnie. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can, yes, and I love that introduction. The Metaversal Cybernauts are all out there waiting for episode 14, which is fantastic. We're back in the studio, guys, and this week's episode we're calling Gaining Value from Your Voice, okay? And we're going to tell you all about that, and you can gain value from your voice. So welcome, everybody. I'm sorry we had to cancel at such short notice last week. We had an absolute catastrophe at the place where we're living, and I had to book in. Simple as that. I helped to manage a hotel, come shared accommodation, and we found an extremely bad damp problem. Okay, so it was all hands on deck. It was quite an upheaval. So unfortunately, we had no other option but to cancel the show and get this important job done. So, but never mind, we're back now, and it's wonderful to see everybody fresh and bright and really Christmassy. I'm getting all stoked up here. Okay, we've got Private Buddykins, who's muted by the look of that. So I don't know whether people can see. Give us a wave, Sarah. Are you in there? Can we give us a wave? Let's have a look. No, hang on a minute. I've just moved her. Yeah, I think we got a wave anyway. Good evening, Sarah, and thank you for moderating the chat room and YouTube. Private Winnie Skibbs. Good evening, Winnie. Welcome to the panel. We've also got Trucker Fletch and Cyber Dog Fred. Hiya, Chris. How are you doing?
Yeah, evening, folks. I'm here. Dog's fidgeting about. I don't know what's up with him tonight. We've had a move round in the front room to get the Christmas tree in, and he doesn't like change.
It's the aligning of the planets, Chris. It's as simple as that. And if anybody's been watching the platforms, Discord and Telegram, they will have seen my AI picture of little Fred in his spacesuit. I put AI to work the other day and I told it to take a chihuahua and give it a spacesuit. And it was awesome. It's brilliant. It's come out really well. Okay, guys, let's crack on with episode 14. Welcome all panel members and all viewers. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat room. Let's welcome all. Adam Price, paramedic. Good evening, Adam. Welcome. Anybody else in the chat room? Say hi. We did want to say hi to somebody. Who was it, Sarah? There was one particular person that we wanted to say a big hi to. We will get that name for later in the show. We want to give a shout out to a specific member this evening. Okay, so let's crack on. What have we got? Before we move on, guys, Facebook page. Okay, we're not J-Lo, Jenny. Good evening. Hi everyone. Let's highlight some posts. There we go. There's a hi everyone from Jenny. What else have we got? We've got Adam, Metaversal Cybernauts, great name for a band. Hey, you've got a point there. Winnie, was you in a band? You must have been a band from the swinging 60s.
I was in a band with my parents, a medieval music band, and then I was in a band of just one, me and my computer later on.
You was creating music on your computer, weren't you? That's right. Yeah. Awesome. Metaversal Cybernauts.
Yes,
let's remember that one. Who knows? We're going into MySpace. You never know, guys. You never know. All right, let's crack on. Right, Facebook page, guys. Yeah, we had a few problems with the Facebook page. Okay. We did get to the bottom of it near enough, but basically what it's meant is that we've closed the Facebook page down and we can't see any reason why to open it in the near future, if at all. And the reason for that is we're going into Web 3, guys. So why reinstate Web 2 two-dimensional platform when we're looking at, I'm knocking on Web3's door. I want to go into MySpace. So I don't see the point in putting any more energy into Facebook anymore. Okay, so what I will be doing is looking at one more platform where we can broadcast this show live, and it may be Instagram. Okay, because we do have quite a few followers on Instagram, so we may be going live on Instagram next week. So I haven't had time this week to program that up, so leave it with us, guys. You never know, we might be on Instagram by next week. Okay, we'll see how it goes. So that's it, guys. Facebook page is gone, and I don't think we'll be reinstating that. So what else have we got? Hyperverse source accounts have been having login issues. That's been a plenty, but I've got to admit, I haven't seen many people complaining about that over the last couple of days. So I'm hoping that the tutorials and the assistance that myself and the Bureau members have been given has been sufficient enough for people to share that around. Buddykins, many thanks. By God, she's hot. She taught tonight, guys. Yeah, she's in that chat room posting them before I've even said it. Dalversal unregistered account problem fix. That was a tutorial video that I put out. We've got another four-legged friend. We're doing well tonight. I'm getting distracted. Right. Dalversal unregistered account problem fixed. Yes, that was a tutorial that I put out last week that rectified that problem. There's been a number of things where people have been having reports where their passwords weren't recognized and so forth. And without going into the tutorials or the fixes on this program, because there's plenty of tutorials out there, what I'm going to do is just cover the basics, guys. Number one, please don't panic, okay? Because this is the main problem that I've identified with these issues. People panic. People think that their accounts have gone, or they've been hacked, or their assets have gone missing. They haven't, guys. And there's normally a very quick fix if you just don't panic. Calm down, take a breather, walk away for 10 minutes and come back and have a look. There's always an easy fix, guys. So number one, don't panic. Number two, turn to the groups and have a read back, maybe 5 or 10 posts, because I can guarantee somebody's always talking about the problems that you are encountering, okay? So like I say, guys, just keep it cool, have a look through the groups, and chances are you will find a fix within minutes. And if not, post something in those groups, and there's one of us always available to help out. That's right, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't panic. That's right, because that is the main problem that I've been seeing. And people have been coming back. Members have been coming back and saying, do you know what? That was so easy, and yet I was so frustrated with it. And that is 99% of the problem, frustration and anxiety. Don't worry, guys. There is always a solution out there. I'm not going to go through the tutorials. It'll take too long, but they're out there. Reach out in the groups. We'll help you in there, okay? Okay, moving on. BEP20 deposits have now been reinstated in your back office in Dalversal. Now, this is an interesting one because I don't know what happened there. I don't know whether it was a minor problem or whether it was a permanent problem and then they're reinstated, but not to worry. Now, when I saw it had gone altogether, I wasn't very happy because BEP20 or the B&B Smart Chain Network is a relatively cheap network that works fast, and it's very cheap. It's literally pence for a transaction. And when I put deposits onto Dalversal, I always use BEP20 because it's cheaper. But whatever the problem was, guys, it's been rectified and it works fantastic. It does appear to me as though there was a major upgrade. So let's hope that that's the end of it. Let's hope that that's put back and it works absolutely fine. And I do recommend it, guys. You know, save your money. Save your money. If you can move assets into Dalversal by the BEP20 network, then do so, because it's far, far cheaper. I looked at a transaction, just out of curiosity. I looked at a transaction earlier on. I had three choices. I could do it ERC20, which is the Ethereum network, the TRC20, which is the Tron network, or the BEP20 network, which is the Binance Smart Chain network. Okay. TRC20 and BEP20 were roughly the same, about 80 cents to $1, okay, for that transaction. The Ethereum network was $20 for the same transaction. Now, this is crazy, guys, because $20 is a lot of cash, okay? So, like I say, the BEP20 network is up and running again, so we don't have that problem to face, and they said that that was back okay. I've mentioned the Facebook page, talk about the introduction of TFA packs down to AP2K. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass this one on to Winnie. Winnie, do you want to talk about what you've seen with the AP2K? What do you think to this?
Well, it's fantastic. I don't know how they decided what number to come up with, because everyone was asking for lots of different numbers, but now we have AP2K packs, which is basically another pack A, and lots of people have jumped on board because of it, because you only need 2,000 DC, which is fantastic. And it's it's basically like the original pack A, the 5,000. It's just that it's 2,000. You can only have one. You have to complete it to 100% before you can get the next one. You can do the 2,000 and then the 5,000, or you can do the 5,000 and then the 2,000. And then
that's right. So members have the choice of doing one or the other. So if they've got less than 5,000, they can choose a 2,000 if that's available. Yeah. It's fantastic.
It is. Yeah.
And how did they come to that amount? Can you remember?
Well, I know that DAO Voice played a big part, didn't it? They had
absolutely
polls. They had several polls in there. Yeah,
absolutely. And the reason I've hang on, I can't change your screen again. It's not working. This back office isn't working again. There we go. I don't know why it does that. Okay. The reason I wanted to point that out, Winnie, is because this is why we titled episode 14, Gaining Value from Your Voice, okay? Because this is a classic example of what we are trying to promote for DAOversal over the next few weeks, is that DAO Voice is an extremely powerful tool, and members don't realize how powerful this is, because it's okay, the Bureau saying, oh, could we have smaller packs, please? Because we've got members that don't have 5,000 in order to start their TFA program. But if this is coming from the very members themselves, that has a lot more clout with these guys, you know? It's not that they don't believe us, but they need everybody involved. They need everybody engaging with the platform. So if you get 150 people saying the same thing, that is the proof that they need. And this is what's wonderful about DAO Voice. Sarah, she's on it again. Look at this. Sarah, she's on fire. Wow. Yeah, she needs a wage rise. Do you get a wage? You don't, do you? She needs a wage.
That's because she's a year older than she was last show.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I mean, it was 5 days ago. We missed Happy birthday to Buddykins.
Yes.
When was it? 9th? I shouldn't really ask, should I? 9th of December. We did miss it because we weren't on air. So a quick happy birthday to Buddykins. Belated birthday. But yeah, Buddykins on fire. DAOversal Community Hub, DAOversal Voice. Link is in the chat box, guys. Now that is the Telegram group where we have a voice. Everybody has a voice within DAOversal. They have polls. They have what was the latest one? They had a meme a meme competition, Winnie. Did you see that?
Oh, they've had so many that I haven't been able to keep up with them actually lately. But I saw something about a meme. Right, was it a meme? Well, we create our own meme.
That's right. Yes, it was quite a comical moment actually, and I'm not going to say too much, but have a look through there later on.
Excellent. I will.
I created a meme, okay, and I thought it was quite apt, put it that way. I got a like from Dalversal, put it that way, a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek meme there, and they got it, which I'm highly delighted about. Okay,
Yeah.
that was the purpose of it. So yes, the AP2K, what I want to explain, because I did get a couple of members saying, why have they called it AP? Assistance Pack. It's as simple as that. Assistance Pack 2000 DU. Now, the features of that Assistance Pack are exactly the same as the others. Okay, your TFA standard or your TFA plus are exactly the same. You get the same sort of daily reward. You get the same returns. You get the 1.5 return. So if you purchase the AP2K for 2000, you get a return 1.5x. So that's 3000 return. Great stuff. I mean, you can't knock them for this. Now, I've already seen members asking for even lower packs. At the moment, guys, I'm not sure they'll do that. I think what they may do, and this is just a personal opinion, I think what they may do is look at something between the 5 and the 50,000, because we've got to be reasonable here and try and cater for every single member, because everybody's equal. You can't do it for everyone, but you've got to try and keep that balance right. And I think while looking at the scale of the assistance packs, there's a very big bridge that needs to be crossed between the 5 and the 50. So again, this is only a personal opinion, but I think it's a good time to start thinking, a good time to start saying, right, okay, we've got a voice, let's prepare for when we get asked. Now, me personally, I don't like to try and influence anybody on their suggestions, but this is the way I see it. Between 5 and 50, I would be looking at 10 or 20, somewhere around that region, because there will be some at the lower end of that gap, I would imagine. And let's face it, 10 would be a lot quicker to return other than 2,500, for instance. Sorry, 25,000, the halfway mark. So like I say, just start thinking, guys, and start saying, right, okay, then if this is going to come, which I'm sure it will, I don't think the 2000 will be the end of the introduction of other assistance packs. It's a good starter, though. It's a very good starter. I've had a lot of people, especially team leaders, asking. I had one tonight that says, they've sold out. Why have they sold out? We need loads of these. I said, don't worry. They're all replenished 24 hours, after 24 hours. At 8 p.m. UK time, they put another 1,000 into the system. Okay, when they're sold, they're sold. And the return was, why did they only put 1,000 in? It's simple. It's to make sure it's working properly at that range, okay? Because it's an addition to the packs, they've got to make sure that it's working okay. What's the point in opening it full up if there's going to be errors? Now, looking at it, I haven't looked today. I presume they've come back on sale. It looks as though everything's working absolutely fine. Okay, so a big thumbs up to Dalversal. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate listening to the members and delivering once again. Okay, moving on to the next topic. Where were we? AP2. Yes, I did want to add that there will be no more TFA Pack A, Pack B, Pack C. They've altered the name to AP 5K, 50K and 500K. So that was to be expected, to be fair. Okay, staying in with the theme of gaining value from your voice, I want to stress again about Dalversal, Dow Voice, okay? Because while we're on the subject of the value of your voice and being heard, how about getting paid for it as well? can these guys do any more to please us in the run-up to a Christmas? And let's face it, guys, this came out before Christmas as well. So it could well end up being a very regular weekly offer. Okay. Now, I know here, 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 people. Yeah. Trucker Fletch got one as well. Sarah, did you get 50? You haven't yet, have you? No. So Buddykins has got to work a bit harder. Okay. Winnie got 50, I do believe. Did you, Winnie? Yeah. Trucker Fletch got 50. I got 50. And basically what
And
that
Adam got 50.
Adam?
Yeah.
He did, you're right. Paramedic got 50, that's right. Yeah. So it goes to show, guys, the more active you are, Dalversal got their eyes on you, and this is their gift to you for being engaged in the community. So the more you try, and I said this on a previous show, if I see you in there talking, I'll reply to you, and I'm sure Winnie, Trucker Fletch and Adam will, and we'll try and create a conversation. We'll try and answer your questions or whatever. Lift the community up. Be more engaged and get your voice heard. You never know, guys, because I tell you what, 50DU can go a very long way, okay, as Trucker Fletch is going to explain later in the show, okay? Looks like he's sharing his tea with Fred tonight.
Yeah, when he's finished his sandwich.
Yeah. Okay, so we're trying to promote Dow Voice, not only for other members but for viewers of this platform. Let's get some 50DUs on with these members, okay? And I've got another surprise for all you guys later on too. Okay, so what else are Dalversal offering us? From the 15th of December to the 1st of January. Now, this one, I even missed it, and I don't know how. Because I got sent an email from my planetary node, and I don't know whether you even got this one, Winnie. For every USDT that you put on the platform at Dalversal, they are going to give you a free 5%. Okay. So let's say, for instance, you put 100 USDT onto the platform, they'll match it with 5 USDT to go with it. And that started today. Okay. And that runs all the way through to the 1st of January. That's fantastic. And it is working. I have noticed members are getting it. You don't have to do a thing apart from initiate your normal deposit onto the platform. And if you put 100 on, when it's cleared, it'll be 105 DU in your account. So it does work. I do believe it was Coach Leon that was confirming that work, because I know Coach will have tested that out. Is that right, Winnie? I think it was Coach, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw a message about that earlier.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's one of Dalversal's Christmas offerings for their members. I think that's a wonderful offer as well, because that goes for anybody. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're putting $10 on for a stone plot, you'll get 5% to match that deposit. Okay. Elevated land subscription. This one blew my mind, because I do believe the land subscription has only just finished, hasn't it? When did it finish, Winnie? 2 days ago?
Yeah, or even
1 day ago, 14th,
wasn't it? Yeah.
And I looked round and I saw this post and I thought, that's an old one, get rid of that. And I'm like, that's not an old one, that's a new one. And not only a new one, but this is valid from today, and it runs right through to the 15th of January. So this one's for a full month, a full 4 weeks. So the land subscription quotas now, because under normal circumstances, it's one of each land, okay? Any member can choose one of those lands, stone, bronze, iron, and so forth, yeah? So what they've said now is, right, okay, then every member can choose up to 2 stone, 12 bronze, whoopee, 9 iron, 5 industrial, and 5 electric. Mind blowing. Now, I've got to say, I did actually manage to scrape enough dollar together to purchase my first industrial.
Ooh.
I know. And that was quite a nice Christmas present for me, because that elevated my rank up to master. So that was a cracker, that, because what that does for people that have been following the game plan, that allows me to receive generative rewards underneath me from my downline up to 8 tiers, not 6, because the elite gives you up to 6 tiers. This one gives you up to 8 tiers. Now, I looked at that today, Winnie, just to see, now that it's activated. Hi, Bale. Sorry you're late. No excuses, sir. It's recorded. We didn't miss you, but hi. The master rank, I had a look today because it's activated, and in your back office you can see how much your generative rewards are from those particular tiers. So it's tier 7 and tier 8, and it worked out in my account. I've got an additional $1.20 per day just from those 2 tiers, that tier 7 and tier 8. So it is worth it if you can afford to move up that rank. Like I say, I didn't have to, but I scraped enough together to say, look, I'm going to do it. I've got my tier 1, which you have to have, is it 5 members? You have to have 5 on your tier 1 and however many on your tier 2 and 3. And because of Meng, I will say it, because of Sergeant Meng and his graft, because that guy is rocket fuel. He really is, bringing people under him. Because of his downline, it has assisted me a tremendous amount. Okay, so because of that, that's helping my generative reward. So big kudos to Sergeant Meng for that. I'm seeing people coming in. Mila. Good evening, Mila, hi, great to see you back in the Metaverse Masterminds. We're going to have to get that Mila back in this studio one evening. Okay, so that's the elevated land subscription. Okay.
It's good. Looks like it's a good idea. Good idea for bronze owners. Sorry to cut your throat. Bronze planet owners. Bronze.
No.
Well, I was thinking bronze planet owners, because people can now have 12 bronze. Those bronze planet owners. Wish I had one.
Exactly.
Really...
Have you not got? You've got a bronze, haven't you?
Stone. No, I've got a stone. Stone, which is wonderful. Stones are fantastic. But bronze,
do you mean planet owner? Planet,
yeah, the planet owners. So the fact that people can have 12 is really good news for bronze planet owners.
Yes, it is. I'm the same. I've only got a stone planet, and I'm really sort of, you know, when they do come back on, I'm like, do I want to get a bronze planet or not? Because, you know, you've got to consider it does take a lot of work to fill up that bronze planet. Okay. Yeah. So when you're looking at the investment side of it, can you afford to put that money in and allow it time to build up? That's the way I look at it. So long term, yes, it is a good investment. But if you need to move your money rather rapidly to invest, then in my situation, the stone is sufficient. Adam's put, wish they'd increase stone plots from 2. Yeah, I agree with that, Adam, and I'll tell you why. I've noticed quite a few members, and I do believe they've done this accidentally. Yeah, Winnie knows what I'm going to say as well. Unstaking. I really don't understand why anybody would unstake, because nobody wins nothing for unstaking. Everybody loses. The person who staked the plot and the planet owner that staked upon, they both lose. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So maybe this is something that Dalversal will look at in January after Christmas. So yeah, like Buddykins has said, that would be cool, because I do believe it was more of a schoolboy error that's gone on there, where people have unstaked and not realised that they couldn't just come off one planet and go on to another. I think that's what they've done, you know. I think they've just said, right, okay, I've got a better idea and I'll stake on theirs, unstaked on that, and then realize they can't do anything else. Okay. So, yeah, hopefully Dalverse will look at that and come to some form of, new ideas regarding that. Okay. Next up, Winnie, I'm going to ask you. And the reason I'm going to ask you is because one of these people is one of the members that you nominated, okay, for a TFA Plus. So I'm going to give you the honor to speak about these two people. I do believe you know the two people that I'm talking about.
Yes, certainly. So can we announce the TFA? That's already happened, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic. TFA Plus has, so the two people are Steve Mariapan in Malaysia and Miss Transformer Lavernia, who is in USA. Yeah, who have, well, I nominated Steve. Steve's, Mila knows Steve. Steve's been with us since the Hypercosmos experiment, which is almost a year now. And he's just been a supporter, a loyal supporter and a trooper, and just never complained no matter what. He's got a big team that he's been helping the whole time. We tried the Cosmos experiment. Not everyone knows about that, but that didn't work out. Anyway, Steve has just been helping his team, his downlines and his uplines. And I got an email from him last night, I think it was, and I realized it was 4 a.m. in Malaysia because he'd been up getting his team members on board with their TFAs since the new packs came on. So he has brought on board a total of 52 people so far, helped them downlines and some of his uplines as well. He's teaching them how to do their own, manage their own account, and he's got potentially 25 more, so that's like 70 odd people. So just fantastic. And
well done and congratulations from the Bureau.
Yeah,
definitely.
congratulations. Yeah. Totally well deserved TFA Plus. And we shall have him on the show at some point, except that it's 4 a.m. for him. But when he's back in the UK next year, I'm sure he'll join us.
Absolutely, yeah. And Miss Transformer?
Miss Transformer, she's well known. She's just come in like a bomb, a happy bomb. She's come in. She's
a Tasmanian devil.
She's like
a whirlwind.
Like a whirlwind, yeah. Asked questions after question and figured out what's going on. She's got a team and she's just so enthusiastic and posting really helpful posts and explanations and just, yeah, she's fantastic. She's in all the groups. And encouraging and sharing information and supporting, and she's fantastic. So congratulations.
Absolutely big, huge congratulations for we've done it again, this thing. It's
Lavernia is her name, isn't it? Lavernia. Hi, Lavernia. Thank you.
That's right. Yeah. I'll have my own little few words about these guys. I mean, like when Winnie explained that we've known Steve for quite some time now, and we have been through hell and back with Steve, helping him through, not with Steve particularly, we've been great friends with Steve, don't take that the wrong way. What I'm saying is working our way through the transition between Hyperverse and getting distracted, between Hyperverse and Hypercosmos and so forth. But one thing that we've noticed with the Bureau is, especially with people like Steve, is they never give up. They never give up. Sometimes they do like we do and just take a, turn around and walk away for a day and then come back and try again. But recently, like I say, Winnie has noticed that the amount of effort Steve has been putting into his downline has never stopped. And this is what we recognized, and Winnie quite rightly nominated Steve for the TFA Plus. Now we're getting members asking if they can buy a TFA Plus, and I'm going to say no. No. Under no circumstances can anyone buy a TFA Plus. There never was an option to buy a TFA Plus. But what I can say is the members of the Bureau have been given a very high privilege in order to make nominations. And that is based on the fact that we do monitor groups, we do moderate and admin groups, and we notice those people that literally stand head above shoulders, you know, and Miss T and Lavinia and Steve, they've just blown us out the water the last few weeks. I mean, Lavinia, I've seen Lavinia over the last few weeks come from somebody who was question. In fact, sometimes there was only her questioning things. Okay. And this is what I want members to understand. That's what we want to see. You know, and some members might think, oh God, she's asking more questions. No, that's exactly why she's got to where she's got now. Now, I'll let you guys into something now. Over the last few days, as I explained, I've been extremely busy at the hotel. Okay. And on the odd occasions where I take a break and come online, make sure everything's running smoothly, I'll look and I'm about to answer somebody and I'll see Miss T or Lavinia answering. So I stop, leave her to it. And that is empowering her. Now, like a whirlwind, like Sarah's put in there, bat out of hell. Seriously, she's in there like a shot. That's how you empower yourself. Now look at what she's doing with her own account. Look what's happening with her own integrity. People are looking upon her as a leader now. She doesn't have to go out there and say, I'm a leader. People look upon her as a leader, and that's how we work this. This is the difference between Dalversal and what we've been involved in the past, guys, yeah? We don't have to go say, oh, we're the leader, we're the team leader, yeah? We never say that. People come to you because of your integrity, because of you getting involved, because of you, helping each other. You don't have to learn everything all at once. We don't. But the bits that you do know, if you can pass that on to somebody else, people notice, guys. Yeah. And the Bureau are at the forefront, like we always have been, taking note. And like I said, the Dalversal have given us that extremely high privilege to nominate. We don't get the final answer. We can't say yes or no, but we can nominate. It's their final answer. And clearly they will take a look, see that we're doing our job properly and allocate those. And every nomination that we've put forward so far has been successful, hasn't it, Winnie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So keep up the good work, guys. Keep up the good work. I mean, I don't know what the current status is, but who cares? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just do what's necessary, because you know what we work like. You know, we will say, hey, up guys, Dalversal, we've got another one here that could do with a TFA. Take a look, see what you think. Yeah, you can do it, guys. We're backing you up. Okay, we want to help you succeed. We're not here to show how we're succeeding. We're here to help you succeed. Okay. So that's the fantastic, big congrats to Steve, yeah. Maria, Pan and Lavinia. Okay.
Fantastic. And we need all the hands on deck as well. So the more the merrier.
Well, I've got to say it. I've got to say it. This last week or two, hey, Bobby Fatgun, hello, hi, and welcome to Metaverse Masterminds. Good to see you on board. What was I going to say? Yes, this last 2 weeks has exploded with new members coming on board. Did you win that house on Amaze Streamer? No, it's not my house. I rent it. No, so like I say, the amount of members that have seen the success of what's happening now, okay, and now they're coming on board. Okay, so like I said, guys, if you're one of those Hyperverse or Hypernation members that are now starting to take note and say, hang on a minute, is this working really? Yes, it is. Okay, first step, don't panic. Second step, don't move your assets anywhere until you know exactly where you're putting them. and why. Okay, because again, we're getting plenty of messages back saying, oh, I've sent them to that account, I don't want them there, I want them over there. Dalversal can't move them, guys. Okay, they're not going anywhere, they're perfectly safe. You're best off waiting and asking first. Okay, there's plenty of us out there assisting members in that step-by-step process. So calmly move forward, get all the information you can in the, before you make any hasty decisions, and everybody will win. Okay. Now on to Kev's boo-boo. Kev makes boo-boos, General Kev makes boo-boos, and I'm the first to put my hand up and say, Kev's made a boo-boo. I'll tell you what I've done. You can laugh at me, okay? The laugh's on me this week, okay? I decided to get a t-shirt made with Dalversal on my chest, okay? I thought this is a good idea, for when we start traveling around and meeting new people, new prospects and so forth. So I went to, I won't say the name of the website, but one of these websites where you can print your own, logos onto your own polo shirts and what have you. It was a good site, reasonable price and whatever. And I went on to Dalversal in your back office, and don't forget they have a resource section where you can get the logos, download them and use them for your t-shirts and so forth. So I thought, right, we'll do it the right way so we won't go wrong. Okay, so General Kev did that, downloaded the logo, uploaded it to the website, placed it on the chest there, looked at it, looked at the price, the delivery, etc. Yeah, that looks cool. It came all the way from Latvia as we have it. Yeah, and I thought, well, it doesn't bother me because I import quite a lot of things. Anyway, I got it through yesterday, opened it up, and I thought, that's not what I ordered. The logo's there and the name is there. And what I did, I got a spaceman's helmet underneath. That was there. That looked awesome. But the logo and the name was different colours, like a rainbow. And I'm like, that's not how the logo goes. You can't do that. That's not official. When I went back on the website, it defaults to another colour. Dalversal's like grey or silver, okay? And it changes the bloody colour to their own colours in their embroidery department. You have to check it and alter it back to what it's supposed to be. I didn't know that. And I ordered it and I'm like, oh, so I've had to reorder the t-shirt. Not to worry, schoolboy error. So guys, a reason for why I'm saying this is check and double check. Now, I'm an odd job man, yeah? And I'm the first person to say, when you're going to cut a bit of wood, measure twice, cut once, yeah? The same applies for t-shirt making, yeah? Check your design before you buy it, okay? I couldn't believe that. You ever done that, Winnie? I just couldn't believe it. We've done this before. When we had our shop, we had our own logos and our, motto or whatever you want to call it. But when it came to this, I thought you can't go wrong. But hey ho,
yeah,
there you go. I couldn't believe it.
I've certainly known people who've done it, and at least it was only one, because you wouldn't want a whole, order of 1,000 or something.
Oh, I would have been gutted. Yeah, I would have been well gutted if it had been 1,000. Yeah, but like I say, it was just the one, and it wasn't a bad price, to be honest, considering it was coming from abroad and that. And I thought, yeah, I don't mind giving them a bit of my custom, But yeah, again, guys, take the general's mistakes, learn from them, and don't you fall for them. Okay, guys, I'm going to move on. I've got a video that our Buddykins has created. And what this is a special Christmas giveaway from General Kev. Now, this is not related to the Dalversal. This is not related to the Bureau Forefront. This is a personal giveaway. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to play you this video and then I'll talk you through exactly what I'm looking for to give away. Okay, guys, sit back and enjoy. Hey, 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 Merry Christmas. Somebody's going to be celebrating, aren't they? Okay, guys, so this is the General's Galactic Christmas giveaway. Okay, now this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a space cadet. I'm looking for somebody who is not a Dalversal member. Okay, and the Christmas giveaway is as simple as this. It's a new Dalversal account. Okay, I'm going to offer a stone plot to start with 10 DU on it. I'm going to offer a bronze plot with 101 DU on it. And I'm going to offer 500 HPT tokens so that that space cadet can work forward if they choose to. Not only that, guys, but they get my 100% attention in developing their Dalversal account, a one-on-one, if you like. Okay, so what I'm looking for is a completely new member to Dalversal. Now, most of you viewers may already be members, but you may know somebody, a family member or somebody that might be interested in this. So what I'm looking for, guys, is spread the word. Spread the word. How do you enter? Buddykins, I bet she's done it already. Let me have a look. Have you not done it yet?
I was waiting.
Ah, right. Okay, she was waiting. Okay, so what Buddykins has posted it in there, and it's classed as a survey. But basically, what it is, I want you to describe why would I choose you as my space cadet. That's the main question. Okay, and I'm going to choose the best answer. All right. So A, you don't want to be a Dalversal account holder already, but it could be somebody who you know. Could be your husband, your wife, somebody like that. Okay. But I will promise that I will help them one-to-one develop that account to their best ability, depending on what they want. If they want to move up, stacking. Trucker Fletch is a member of Metaverse Masterminds. He's doing it exactly the way that I'm mentoring him, and he can see the benefits. And he's going to come on in the studio soon to talk to you guys about his account and how it's developing as well. So if you know anybody, guys, share that link with them and they might be a winner. Okay, so oh, Sarah's done another ticker. I haven't seen this. She's beavering away in the background with a keyboard. Let me read this. Don't be a nebula napper. Be a space cadet. General Kev's giveaway awaits your cosmic courage. That's quite true. Thank you, Sarah, for that. Yes. Okay. So if you know somebody who wants to be a space cadet, I've got the kit. I've got the kit, and I'm going to furnish them with the kit to give them a good step up the ladder to give it a go. Okay, so there we go, guys. That's the Christmas galactic giveaway, if you like. Okay, Winnie, have you got anything else to bring to the table before we look at bringing our Trucker Fletch and little Fred on board?
Sure. I'm just gonna add that that's an awesome present to somebody who, and if they don't already know you, then they should.
Okay, I tell you. Let me just give you a couple of minutes then about why I chose to do this, Winnie. I did a video. I did a YouTube video about this. I'll tell you where the idea come from, because obviously being in the Bureau, we have been instrumental from way back, and we've been watching this platform before Dalversal was even part of what we're doing today. And I've got to be honest, guys, I looked at the whole platform of where we've come from and where we are now, and I can quite clearly see what the future holds for those that want it. Okay, and I look back at where we were last Christmas, and it was a very glum time of year, and I saw a lot of pain with members and a lot of frustration, and the direction was terrible. We didn't know where to go, what to do, what to believe and whatnot. And because we've got this now, it's perked me up a heck of a lot, to stay plugged in. I look at all these groups and I look at the amount of people that are in these groups. I look at names, and these names are back from those days. Okay. And as I'm seeing them coming back, I'm starting to get more happy. I'm starting to see that people can see that all the effort that the Bureau and some of these big name people that are, we're identifying now, that have been there helping people up those ladders to where we are now, that is what this is all about. Okay. So I thought, right, okay, if I'm in the position to be able to make one person happy, because I know there's millions out there that have got a long way to go regarding their pending rewards and so forth. Some of them might not be able to get what they really do want, because I do know a few people that haven't done much with their pending and left it to go to HPT, and that they can't do anything with that. So like I say, if I can make a difference to one member, I want that gift to rub off onto other people that are in the position to help another one member. Okay. Now, if I can send that global throughout other people, then my actions might rub off and might make more people happy. And who better than the general to start that ball rolling? Okay. Now, ultimately, yes, that account will be under me, so it will benefit me eventually anyway. But why not? This is what it's all about. This is the community drive that we want to build. Okay. If Dalversal are giving us that opportunity, we get out there and we share it. We build a global family. Now, this person who wins this Christmas gift could live in Africa, India, Asia, but we know that these gifts can make a massive difference. Steve Mariapan. Who was the other guy, Winnie? Samuel.
Yeah.
Making an enormous difference to people's lives through his willingness to. In fact, I do believe Winnie has asked him on the show again. Is that right, Winnie?
Yes, he's been busy for a while, so he can't come yet, but
that's right. So we are getting a lineup of people that want to come on the show. This is fantastic, and let's hope we get into MySpace pretty quick so that we can do it from within the metaverse. So yeah, guys, that was the reason why I did it. I thought we're in a better space now. We're the foundation of what Dalversal is far better than what we've seen in the future. So let's take it forward. Sorry about that, Winnie. I just thought I'd give a little bit of background of why I've chosen to do that. Okay.
Sure. Oh, yes. Well, I have a little story to share, which is just kind of cute. Going back to the Bones for Bitcoin joke we had. Do you remember? Yeah. Several weeks ago. I don't eat meat because I'm a vegetarian, but my dog does eat bones. So I have a couple of butchers I go to. The first one said, "We take any kind of money here." And I said, "Do you take crypto?" And he said, "Oh, well, not yet." And do you have any? And we had a discussion about that. And he was quite open-minded. He was maybe in his 60s, perhaps. And then the other butcher I go to, there's a young lad who works there, young being anything below 30 to me. and he said, I paid him in Lewis pounds, which is our local pound, which I bought on the other week. And he took them, and I said, "Oh, do you take crypto?" And he said, "Well, not yet." And then he said, but he wasn't, fazed by it. And then he said, "Oh, do you have any?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And he said, "Oh, well, I have some, but I haven't paid any attention to it. I bought some years ago, but I know the price went down. I've got some of that. What's it called? Ethereum." He said, "I haven't got much, like only about $800 or 800 USDT or something." I was like, that's fairly decent. Anyway, he said, "Yeah, last time the price was." I said, "Right, okay." He hasn't looked at it for a while, not since the price has been going up. So I said, "Right, go and look at the price. Don't do anything. Don't sell it yet, because in March there's going to be a Bitcoin halving." And basically his little eyes lit up, and he told me about his brother who'd also bought some, and the price had gone up and down, but he managed to sell it and still make a profit. Anyway, I think he's going to be quite pleased next time, and he's going to hang on to it. And he also said I've been buying a little bit every day, every week or so, like just 25 quid or something. So he's
a little bit.
I don't know how he makes that money as a butcher, but anyway, he's sitting on a little fortune, which is just, that was just great. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, that's good, because what you're doing there is reminding them, because there are plenty of people out there that stashed a bit in crypto and then saw the bear market and completely forgotten about it.
Yeah.
So like I say, if they start taking note of that now, as things are taking a turn and starting to lift up, which I am seeing over the past couple of weeks, things are starting to take a brighter side to it now. Yeah, fantastic. That's a great story, Winnie. Thanks for sharing that with us.
And it was great because he didn't panic. He just like, okay, I'll just leave it aside. And when I'm not going to sell, I'll just, So
I've got to be honest. I posted this the other day because the price of the premium pass NFTs for Dalversal, 0.2 Ethereum, when it was first launched, it was equivalent of about $365, $370. Yeah, they're now $470. So because of the price of Ethereum's gone up by about 25%. So yes, they've increased substantially, and inevitably the amount of NFTs that are being sold has stopped. They're at 100, and I think they've sold 188 now. They've not sold any more NFTs for quite some time because of that. So if there's a bit of a crash in Ethereum, guys, get your NFTs bought because they do rise. And Ethereum is meant to rise quite well when Bitcoin decides to go down again. I didn't say that. We don't advise on finances, okay?
No.
All right. Oh, we've got Miss Transformer in the group, Lavernia. You are such a visionary, General Kev, leading us by example. Thank you. And I hope you was present when we was just talking about you there, because everything we said was absolutely true. We're amazed at your efforts within the groups, and we mentioned the TFA Plus that we've I think it was Sergeant Meng that nominated you, and we hope that you get great rewards from that. So yeah, a big thank you from the Bureau and the global now then, let me get this right, the Metaversal Cybernauts, as Winnie calls them. So yes, fantastic. It's great to see you this evening in here as well, Lavernia. There's quite some messages in here that I've been missing. Okay, somebody's put that customer support is not responding as well. I don't know why. Okay.
Yeah, somebody had a login problem, but I'm not aware of anything.
I've just seen Lavernia's message. That's why my ears were ringing. I heard you guys calling my name to remind me to come on board. Absolutely, yeah. It's great to have you on board. And when you get time, contact Winnie and we'll arrange for you to come on in the studio so we can have a chat for sure. Okay. I asked our local SPA if they accepted crypto. They were like, what is that? They go on to say no, and yet I stand there and pay using a crypto card. That is a true story. Yeah, we do use we use the crypto.com card every time we go in that shop, and they're none the wiser. Okay, so where was we going with this? We was going on to, there you go. Okay, Trucker Fletch. Let's bring Trucker Fletch on, and he can chat to you a little bit about that. Good evening, Chris. How's you and our little four-legged friend?
No good asking me. I don't know, no.
But you're making purchases with your crypto.com, are you not?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, got to be used, hasn't it? It's got to be done. It's the future. Like garlic bread, it's the future.
That is true. As it happens, Chris, today I've been looking at a second alternative for crypto cards, And I'm not here to promote any one above another, but I've been looking into Revolut today, and I've got that activated. So I'm looking forward to getting that up and running for next year when we start doing a little bit of country hopping, our road show. In fact, I don't know whether let me just bring myself on before we go on with Chris. I just wanted to announce that briefly. We're hoping, me and Private Buddykins are hoping to launch what they call K&S Roadshow next year. And we're hoping to be able to publish this from within the metaverse, within MySpace. And what this is General Kev and Private Buddykins are going to hit the road, or hit the skies, if you like. We shall be traveling and doing this show, Metaverse Masterminds, from different countries, okay? Traveling around wherever we may roam, okay? And it could be, we're hoping to go to Gibraltar, the first trip away, which is the country that we class as our second home. I was out there late teens, and then we went out there 5 or 6 years ago, and we came back nearly 4 years ago. We was out there for a spell, but we just could not make it at the time because of the state of work, etc. But we don't need to worry about income now, okay? So we're looking at traveling around. We will be doing a show in addition to Metaverse Masterminds. It will be a new show, okay? And it will include everything that we're doing, the people that we meet. And Gibraltar, if you guys didn't know, they are hoping to turn Gibraltar into the crypto capital of Europe. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting one to start off with. Now, we're hoping to go through Africa as well. So like I say, just a heads up, guys, that next year has a huge amount of possibilities, not only for Dalversal, but for the Metaverse Mastermind show and everything like that. And if you guys are doing anything special and you want to choose to come on the studio, don't forget, there's no distance, doesn't matter. We can come into the studio wherever we are in the world, okay? So we're going to make this global, literally, okay? So, Chris, come on back on the screen, mate. What have you been up to? And keep it clean.
Well, I can't say then. That ends that conversation, doesn't it? What we've been doing. What we've been doing, Fred? Jog me memory.
Well, I do believe I've had a couple of messages off you about the volatility of crypto. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, like you said, we can't go down that road. Yeah, got excited the other night because everything started rocketing. I started jumping up and down and hoping to buy a bottle of champagne, and then it went down, so I ended up with a can of lemonade.
It has. This is something that Chris is starting to learn a bit more about. I mean, we've all heard that we're heading into the bull run, where the price of crypto, excuse me, the value of different coins and so forth will, elevate over the next year or two. But what happens, guys, you've got to be prepared for exactly what happens. And the volatility is crazy. It'll shoot up one day and shoot back down the next. And this creates what is known as FOMO, FOMO. It's called fear of missing out. Okay, let me try and get a three-way. That's better. Okay. Now, FOMO is something that some members might not know about. FOMO is something that has to be talked about for everybody to be wary of. The fear of missing out can create a huge problem for people that are entering the crypto space. Okay. The fear of missing out can lose you a hell of a lot of money. Okay. Because you can get it into your head that because the price of something is flying up, you've got to get your money in at that point. Your best bet is no, don't do it at that point, because it can go down as quick as it can go up. The only thing that I would suggest, and again, guys, this is my personal opinion, is don't put your money in when it's flying up, flying down, and you don't know which way it's going. Speak to people, watch people, research everything, research the coin that you're interested in, ask other traders, talk to people that have been involved with crypto for a couple of years or for 2 to 4 years or something like that to get a better idea, because losing money in the crypto space, I've seen people literally lose on one platform and lose their heart in crypto altogether just because of one coin going down and losing money. Now, that's what I don't want people to see. I don't want to see people do that, because then they lose out of good platforms like Dalversal. Okay, so be very careful about FOMO. And I think Chris is seeing that at the moment, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, and for God's sake, whatever you do, don't start biting your nails, because look what happens.
It's absolutely true. Okay. All right then, Chris, what's happened to, or do you want to talk to the viewers about what's happened to your account? Because you had 2 stone plots, one full and one empty, and you was working on that. So do you want to talk to the viewers about what you've experienced now? What position are you at now regarding those 2 stone plots?
Well, I managed to get enough up on the stone plot that was built that kept kicking out, so I saved it all up. The stone plot that was lower, I filled that, and they're both filled now. Both of them are done, so they're just sitting there, just kicking out. What else have I done? Do you know what? I had to sleep this afternoon. I wished I hadn't. I thought I'd have a granddad nap, and I went for a nap, and I woke up, my head's just, I forgot that everything's falling out my ears.
Okay, well, you're reminding people to do your TFA as well. I mean, Chris contacted me the other day and he says, "Don't forget to do your TFA, will you?" And I'm like, "Yes, boss."
Yeah, because it only takes a second.
It does. That's right. And don't only collect it, guys. Charge your TFAs up as well. Okay. Yeah. So what's happened with Chris? He had one full stone plot at 100 DU, and he had one at 10 DU. And what he's been doing as the days have gone by and it's been giving his daily reward, he's been filling up that second stone plot. So what he's got to now, and can you remember how many days it was, Chris? Was it 56 days? Somewhere around that, wasn't it?
I think it was about 56 days. Yeah, it was about a month and a half.
Okay, yeah, so that's not long at all. That's 6 weeks, something like that. So it's took him 6 weeks to fill that second pot. Okay, so now he's on 2 full stone plots. What he's looking at is $1.20 every day. So Chris turned round to me. I had a Zoom chat with him the other day, and he says, "Okay, I understand what I've done now. So what now?" I said, "Well, what now? Do you want to develop it a bit more?" He's like, "Yeah, of course I do, but I can't," because he's in that situation where he's single dad. He's coming up to Christmas, so he needs to save all the money he's got. So I said, "Right, okay, I'll do you a deal then. I'll buy you the cheapest bronze plot, okay, so that you can do exactly the same with that. So as you get your daily rewards from that, because don't forget that'll be 101 DU. So he'll get his daily reward from that. He'll get the daily reward from those 2 stone plots. And if he puts that all together to build on that bronze plot, hey ho, away you go. So that'll start building that up as well. But not only that, let me put Chris to the test here. What does it do if you've got a bronze plot, Chris? What does that do to your account in addition to normal circumstances?
You got me. Come on, Fred, think.
You get a couple of privileges. For a start, with the stone plot, you don't get any rewards from your downline. Can you remember?
No, mate, I can't. My head's gone too
That's
shed.
fine. That's okay. Basically, what it is, if you get a bronze plot, and it doesn't have to be full, it can be the minimum amount, 101 DU. If you've got a bronze plot and you've got members underneath you with a bronze plot as well, you will get generative rewards from their activity underneath you. Okay.
It filters up, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
You get like a team thing under you, it all fills up. See, I've got me Scrooge gloves on now. I'm trying to work out my money. Yeah, it works its way up.
Okay, so that builds up your daily rewards, but not only that, it increases your daily TFA release as well. Okay, because you get more daily rewards. Okay, so what Chris is doing at the moment is building up the foundation of his account in Dalversal, because everything that happens in Dalversal reflects his TFA release rate. Even if it's a few pence, it doesn't matter. It builds up and it builds up. And when I do understand Chris, because he knows as viewers watching, it can be a bit daunting. But when I have been talking to Chris, he has blown my mind. The amount of stuff that he can remember has quite surprised me. Okay. But he does understand the fact that when you build up, you do get a bigger daily reward that you can restack onto that bronze plot. Okay, so this goes to show that you can literally start, although it would take a long time, you can start this process with a $10 stone plot. You can start with $10. So if you're absolutely skint and you really don't want to put money in, $10 is what? It's about £7.50 in the UK, somewhere around there, isn't it? And like I say, the patience. Now I've known Chris all my life, obviously, and patience has never been his strongest point, in all fairness. And what Chris has learned over this last 56 days to 2 months is phenomenal. It's teaching him how to slow down and actually study how this platform works. Now, this is something that I see people with the TFA rushing and saying, I want it speeding up, because their focus is on speeding it up and not how the platform works. Now, something I would suggest, guys, is you can't speed it up just through the will of wanting it to speed up. And this is what I was explaining to Chris the other night. I showed him my account and I showed how successful that is at the moment. And I said, the thing is, I took my focus off what I was aiming for. I put my focus on what is every part of Dalversal and what does it do? And can I utilize that to make the process work better? Because if your vision is at the top of, I want this to be done in 6 months, you're going to miss every single bit of, working towards that. Like we've spoken about the Dalversal voice. Okay, there's a possible 50 DU. Chris, what did you do with that 50 DU?
You built your account up with women. No, I didn't. I put it onto something. Do you know what? My head's a shed tonight. It must be Christmas getting excited. I know even touched the spirit yet.
To build it up. You built that stone plot up. Yeah. So that was a good use for that 50 DU.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, because it shot it well up then, and it only left me 14 left to do, which it took me about a week to get, and then I've topped it up with the other one. It's finished now.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Chris couldn't quite grasp the thing. Once you've topped it up, is that all you can do with it? The point is, that's all you need to do with it. You can leave it now to keep dripping that $1.20 out every day. And
for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And like Adam said, Adam in the chat group, yeah, we're hoping that Dalversal will maybe give us another 2 in the future to have 4 altogether. That'd be great, because that would be $2.40 every day. Because that helps people at the bottom. And this is what I like to focus on. I like to focus on the people right at the bottom, okay, to give them that leg up onto at least the 4th or 5th rung. And then, believe me, guys, it works itself. But if you don't know how every part of Dalversal works, like the airdrop, what else is the Winnie? Knowing about the plots, if you've got the money to purchase the plots while the campaign's on, the advice is, and like I say, it's not financial advice, I'm just saying what my perspective is, I buy as many minimum amount bronze plots while they're available. Because when they've gone, but you've still got that ability to do exactly what Chris is doing and build those plots up in order to increase your daily rewards, because all those count towards your TFA daily release. That's the important thing that I can see anyway. That's what's happening with my my back office now. I mean, I'm at 82%. I'm nearly there. It's going, yeah, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised. I am not a team builder. Never have been. And like I say, I just thank the Bureau, and more specifically Sergeant Meng, for his hard work, because it is reflecting in my account as well. And this is why I give Christmas gifts away, because I can. It's as simple as that. I want Dalversal to succeed as well. And if I just keep everything to myself and don't help people out, that's not me doing my bit. So for Chris, I'm going to buy him a minimum. Now, this is another thing, guys, yeah? I could give him a $300 bronze plot, but what use would that be? Because Chris wouldn't be learning how to do that within Dalversal. So I'm going to buy him a 101 DU bronze plot for a Christmas present, and teach him on a one-to-one basis on how to build that up. That's the beauty of Christmas. That's the beauty of global communities working together in order to raise people up and help them out. What do you reckon, Winnie? You can't get better than that, can you?
No. And this has got me thinking, because there's different strategies as well. Me and Adam have been talking recently, and Meng's got his strategy of, and it totally depends on your how much money you have available. If basically, and if you can only put the minimum amount, then that's what you can do, and maybe it's best to get a few. But we were also talking about, as you were saying, when somebody below you gets a bronze reward, bronze land, they get the rewards, but you also get the rewards.
Yeah.
And we would, Adam and I were talking about, even if there's 3 of you, you can, and you're setting up a new structure, instead of having 1 and then 2, you could actually have them in a line and the top person could become elite. And if you're all part of the team in a network, you can support each other by buying land on the bottom one rather than the top one.
That's right.
Because of the networks, the percentage structure, because 2 people will get the rewards. I mean, it's a bit complicated to go into, but
it's supporting each other by moving the funds up the ladder. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So it's really interesting, and it's just it's open to. It seems to support teamwork and learning and sharing, and
that's right.
By supporting your downlines, it supports you, so everyone wins. And excellent.
Yeah,
we was looking.
To be honest, this is what I did, and I do believe Meng did it as well with our 50 DU airdrop. We shared it. Because 50 DU, it's nice. It was nice to win it, but I shared it. I paid my monthly bill for this studio and whatnot, and the rest of it I gave to, I think it was you, Sarah, and Jason, I do believe. Those that don't get that from the downline, I thought, no, give them a bit, And this is the beauty of these communities, shows like this, the community Discord hub, Telegram groups, and that is exactly what we're looking at now. People like Lavernia, helping other people out. That's value, guys. What we called it, let me get the right paper, gaining value from your voice. It's gaining value from your community as well, where each person wants everybody else to succeed as well. It's how Hypercosmos was supposed to work. You've hit the nail on the head there, yes. And you've got to work, right, Adam, don't you? Right, this is different, right? Because this takes 100% trust and faith in the people that you're working with. Okay, we said this a while ago if you remember, Winnie. This takes trust and faith. And if there's a crack in that trust and faith, it won't work. Okay. I'm not going to go into detail, but yes, Adam, you're absolutely right. Bang on with that one. And if you can manage to get into a team like we are with the Bureau, yeah, you've cracked it, mate. You've cracked it. I mean, there's things. There's some cheeky people about, isn't there? Hey, I don't know this Buddykins. I don't know some infiltrator from the back office. You've sent me completely off the course now.
Don't just twinkle, make the cosmos giggle. Join the Dow voice. Yeah, yes, great. And she good with words.
Yeah,
we're all a bit giggly and twinkly, aren't we?
Yeah, so like I say, within the Bureau, anything we gain, we share and such like, it's a leg up the ladder. And this is what we're looking at. And something I want to stress to you guys, don't forget, we're still in the testing phase at the moment. We're not really live. We're still testing stuff. Look at the TFA packs. Look at the TFA packs for what we at 2K, AP 2K. You only get 1,000 a day. It's testing system. That's why they're testing the system. Don't forget, guys, we're still the pioneers. This isn't going to rocket yet because we're still going into the metaverse. MySpace, don't forget. Because there's another thing, even me, who's so excited about wanting to get into MySpace, I was sat there a couple of days ago saying, Kev, calm down. This is not just about entering MySpace. Don't forget, they've got the marketplace to do as well. Because the marketplace is what feeds your MySpace. It's how you decorate your MySpace. You've got to have the marketplace as well. It's all part of it. So when you look at it, when you look at these things that you want Dalversal to come out with, it's a big job. It really is a big job. And it brings me back to the AP packs, yeah? And this is why I did see somebody say, I want a 500 one, I want 1,000 one. I've got to say it, guys, at the moment, I don't think they'll do it because they've got to be fair to those with more, yeah, between 5 and 50,000. So let me have a quick look.
Something we was discussing. Am I on mic? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Chris.
Yeah, something we was discussing the other night was for us that's already in the Dalversal that fetch the assets across, not the people that's joining now, but for us that's all got the assets. One of our main ambitions and aims is to get our assets back.
Yeah.
And by just sitting back and just waiting for it to come to us, it's going to take a long time. And this is what I'm working out at the moment, is all these little things I can be doing that's pumping it up. And I'm going to be going over to Kev sometime over Christmas because there's so much going on. There's only so much this will take in. Now, if I see it every, 4 or 5 months, we come over and see you, and Kev puts down all on paper what's going on, and all of a sudden it's like ding, light bulb. Oh yeah, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
And now Kev was it was like knocking a square peg in a round hole last night. We was having a chat. It's like, I don't get that. And Kev was explaining, and I went, well, I don't get that. So what we're going to do, we're going to meet up and have a chat and show us it on paper, and then I'll be able to come back and say, oh yeah, that makes sense. But the thing is, we've got the big asset up there, and while we're sitting here looking at that big asset, we've got to be building our little steps up, and the bit more steps we put in, the more of a foundation we get to get in that asset. So it's not so much looking at the big asset that we've got to get our hands on to use, it's how we get there. And the more little steps we make here, the more solid the foundation is to get to the big one. I think I'm getting it, Kev. My brain's woken up.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you asking within the group, asking a mentor, asking somebody your upline, if you get on with your upline and so forth. But another thing, this is something that really surprised me about Chris. I think it was last night or the night before. He turned around and he said Sunday session, he actually missed it really bad last week because I couldn't do it. Chris, can you remember the Sunday session? You learn far more from the Sunday session than anything else.
Definitely, because it was on the screen and it's all so simple. I've been listening to these casts from a lot of people on different things, and it just doesn't sink in. Being a petrol tanker driver for all those years, we got to go into so many classrooms and so many lessons and so many of these video production, whatever you call them, I don't know what they call them. And it gets to the stage, it's like the same thing, and it's like, well, I already know that. So the brain shuts down. It's like I used to go to, when we used to go have our monthly session, I used to go in the corner of the classroom, roll my coat up, go to sleep on it. And then you say, you got to listen to this. No, because you're just teaching me what I already know. Which is why when it comes to these, where we're watching these people that's on these YouTube videos or whatever trying to teach us, it's like the brain says, time to roll your coat up and go sleep in the corner. But with these that Kev's doing, they're so interesting. There's so much information, but it was there on the screen, and it's like I've watched a few and I go, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. And even my 15-year-old daughter was like, oh, I'm not watching that. I said, just watch this with me. And it's like she got to asking questions. She went, oh, I know how it works now. So when my brain's saying, oh, go to sleep in the corner of the classroom, hers is saying, come on, Dad, this is what you do, this, that, and the other. So yeah, they're definitely well worth it on a Sunday. Plus, there's no decent on telly. Only Country File. When that's finished, and carry on.
Quite a few people don't get the connection between the PDF game plan and your back office. They don't make that connection, and this is what I identified back in Hyperverse Hyphenation. They never did that. They only used the PDF document, and they literally read it off the document. I can do that. Anybody can do that. But if you can explain it by showing them what that bit of that document means in relation to your back office, that's when the penny starts dropping. That's why people start then saying, well, if you're going to explain that to me a little bit easier, like you have done, I take more notice in what the next step is. That's how you get people to engage. It's the way you teach, the way you tutor members. So yeah, I agree with that, Chris. You've got to see it on screen in order to do that. Now, the problem that the Bureau have, and Winnie's there, she must get this as well. You can't do one-to-one calls with everyone. You wouldn't be off the internet. And this is why we encourage people to go to the Sunday night training. It used to be Africa-based. We've gone global now. We do the global training sessions so that everybody has that opportunity. We've even done it at 8 o'clock at night so that we can try and cover the biggest area of the globe possible.
Doing it globally is a lot better as well, because it's not just the African nations that need to learn all this. People all around the world to need to learn it. And it's not specific to Africa. It's everybody. We're all in the same boat. And doing it this way, if people can't see it live, it's on the video, so you can go back. I mean, I've done it a couple of times, and I've thought, I'm going to have another go back and look at that. And you'll watch it again, you think, some other little piece that you didn't see. It's like these videos that we're doing here now. I often go back 2 or 3 days later and watch it and think, oh, I should have brought that up, or oh, I should have said that, or somebody said something. I didn't notice him saying that at the time because maybe I've been talking to the dog or Ellie's walked in. So you miss bits. So being on the video, we can always go back to it as well.
Exactly. Sorry, Chris. I'm just going to have to rectify my mistake for Jenny J-Lo in the chat room. It says, is the 8 p.m. UK time, Kev? I do apologise. It's 7 p.m. UK time. That's the Sunday evening training. Sorry, I got that wrong. It used to be 8 p.m. Africa time. So we was trying to cover Africa. But when we went global, we realised that we're going to have to adjust it slightly. So yeah, sorry about that, Jenny. It's 7 p.m. UK time, okay, which is 9 p.m. Africa, okay, and then whatever it is for all the other countries. I have an app on my computer and it lists about 5 or 6 different zones. Yeah.
As I was saying, I was unkeyed, and you just can't get the staff nowadays, folks.
Yeah, go on anyway. Yeah, so Chris, you've come on in leaps and bounds, and what you're doing is taking one step at a time. There is no race here. you know, and this is something I see about, you know, people coming back from Hyperverse and Hypernation, they expect the withdraw button being there ready, and it's not going to work like that. Okay.
Well, you look at
But
how far we've come in the last 3 months since we've passed
Yeah.
over onto this, compared with the
Exactly.
last 18
Yeah.
months where we had
Yeah.
nothing at all.
Yeah. Okay.
It's proving patience works.
Chris, patience is the number one. It really is the number one, patience. If you can crack patience in this game, everything else falls into place. This is the one thing that I'm seeing with these members coming back, and so that they're on the Hypernation India, Hypernation America groups, and they've been there forevermore. Thousands of members there, but now they're starting to see a bit of action. It's like, how do I withdraw it to Binance? You can't. You've got to.
Yeah.
Seriously. How do I get my withdrawing on my HPT to Binance? No, it doesn't work like that, guys. I even got one. This was crazy. Yeah, they said, could they send HPT to? I think it was NatWest Bank. And I'm like, no, it's a process. You've got to do the process. And this is what I say. It's, what can I say? It's upsetting sometimes to think that people are so desperate. And I do get it. I do empathize with them. But it ain't going to work like that, guys. Yeah, it ain't going to work like that. What people need to understand is, A, Dalversal don't owe us a penny. Never did. Okay. B, they've provided us a recovery program. It's a recovery. So even though they're offering the TFA packs or the AP packs or whatever, they are recovering at that process. The process that you're charging is the recovery process that's necessary to make it give them credits out. So when you buy that 2000 AP2K, that 2000 isn't there on the dot. It's going through that recovery process, because don't forget, guys, it's decentralized. It needs your permission to start it working. They can't do that for you. It's part of that smart contract that works the AP process. So like I say, guys, you know, patience is the number one thing. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah, not only that, when they think that we bought this 2,000, 10,000, whatever, this plot and that, people automatically think, oh, I bought that, we're going to get the money out. But where's the money coming from? It's not coming from thin air. The Dalversal have got to make that money, and which is what we're making. It's when we're getting these credits every day, it's like free. Now I've got the 2 plots to full. That's creating 120 a day or whatever. Where's that coming from? It doesn't just come from thin air. They can't just give us the money. We've got to make it. Right. And this is the whole thing about crypto. We're making our own money. And at the end of the day, when you look at it, we're making the money. It's free money. What we're getting, what we're building, what we're making. We're actually part of the system. We're like a little cog that's building the money up. We've got to build the assets for them to be able to pay us. We can't just go, oh, wave a magic wand, it's there. We've got to make it. And by doing these little processes, it's not only helping us to get there, it's helping the company to build it as well. And it's all making it all more sustainable.
Yeah, there's a couple of other aspects to take into consideration as well as exactly what you've said there, Chris, yeah? And one of them is the important bit about it that people keep overlooking. And I was reading a post just before I come on air tonight, funnily enough, and it does make me laugh, and it's sad, it shouldn't. And I shouldn't be laughing at it, because it is a, you know, sorry situation for some members still not to get the reason behind Dalversal and what they're doing. Dalversal have stated no end of times, you do not need to push fresh funds onto the platform. It's not needed. Now, this is where a lot of people go, no, this has got to be a con, because you can't do that. You can't give money back without, it's not a con, guys. Okay. Jonah's been on video with us no end of times, and he said this comes from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Yeah. This comes from the CEO himself. Okay. 80% of his profit coming in goes towards a TFA payout. Okay. But not only that, these business angels that are looking at investing because they know it's a good prospect, yeah, What do they want? They want to see engagement. That's all. They want to see us, I'll say it again, gaining value from our voice. That's what they want to see. And that's why I named it that tonight for the show, because that is gaining value for Dalversal, for the business angels, yeah, purely by us posting a letter, creating a funny meme that I'm not going to talk about when he's going to check out later on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity. And like I say, to get a like off Dalversal for that, I thought was hilarious. Yeah. You guys will know. You look it up. Yeah. I'm not saying nothing.
Not only
but that is value.
But for us building, it's not just a case of getting our assets back. It's building Dalversal so that we are going to have something to support us in the future. It's not just a case of, right, I want my assets back. Because when your assets have gone, what have you got? You got nothing. The idea is to get our assets back, but keep this building and building it sustainable. So that we're not only supporting Dalversal, they're supporting us as well. And this I'm looking at being like my long-term income. So I've got to build it up properly.
I got to add to that, Chris, because psychologically, ask yourself this question. Who in the right mind would get that TFA paid out and then leave?
Yeah.
Because you've got a company here that doesn't owe us a penny, that's given us that opportunity to get that out without putting any fresh funds onto the platform. Yeah. And if somebody takes advantage of that and not see the value or benefit of this company and what they've done, they must be crazy not to consider doing something in return by supporting Dalversal. Again, guys, not telling you what to do, but this is my opinion. This is what this show's about. You know, getting my opinion out and talking to other people about their opinion. It's welcome. If you've got a different opinion, it's welcome. We want people to value your voice. But I honestly believe that it would be crazy not to look at, because if they pay these TFAs out and survive through all that, which I believe they will, and this is something, I'm going to go for it, guys. I'm going to go for it. The challenge that I said I would do. This is the challenge, right? I want anyone to contact the general or the bureau. Okay. Just seeing Kev's meme. Nice one. Right. I'm gonna put this challenge out global. Okay. I've got a challenge. I want anybody to come to me and show me any other platform or similar project to what we're in now in recovery successfully. And I'm looking at Hyperfund, Hyperverse, Hypernation, but Dalversal, because don't forget, guys, a lot of these assets are going right back to then. So what I'm looking at is the assets. We've stuck with them. We've got them here and they're in recovery. I'm getting withdrawals already from that TFA pack. Okay. So I can quite clearly say I am receiving a recovery process 100%. So that's my challenge for anybody to contact General Kev and tell me any other project that's done the same, because I honestly don't know one. And believe me, I do a lot of research in this area because I do not believe one. And I'm up for that challenge. Please chat to me, debate it and whatever. The only one that comes very, very close is Luna Classic, Luna Long. Yeah. But it's a different type of platform. But yeah, I'll take that one on board. Lunk is doing really well. And I do believe it has got a future, but that's another story for another show. But like I say, yeah.
When you
I'm
talk
really interested.
When you talk to people who don't know much about crypto, the first thing they say, you lose your money. That's the first thing people say, oh, you lose your money in that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of money. I've seen a lot of platforms go down and crash. And a lot of people have said all the way along, oh, it's not working, it's crashed, you've lost your money. This is the only thing that I know is that fetching our assets up and building them onto the next platform like Fund and then Verse and Nation and all this, bringing it through, we didn't lose our money. And this is like banging your head against the wall when you tell people you didn't lose your money because you brought your assets across. And it's the only one that's gone so far, been through so much crap, to be on the other side saying, well, we've still got assets. And in 3 months from when it started up, well, I think it was 3 months ago, I got into the Diversal or whatever it is. When I looked, I thought, oh, here we go, just another scam, just to keep us putting the money in. Like there's certain people out there that have scammed us or tried to scam us, say, oh, follow me, I've got the answers, when they've been full of bull, and they haven't. And now people are realizing that, he wasn't really God that we were following. He was a dog. We're actually on the right path now. And we have fetched our assets across. Yes, we've been through turbulent times with the nation and all that. We still had our funds. We've still got them. And we're chipping away slowly at getting them. We don't just come across and say, right, we're having them now. Because at the end of the day, we fetched the funds across. We had them. But who's going to help us get them? And Diversal have come up and said, I mean, I spoke to Jonah the other day on one of them talks, and I was absolutely on the moon because I've not been able to talk to a boss of any company and ask him a question and get a bloody good answer back. And that gentleman, when I get chance, I'm going to check his hand because he gave me massive confidence. And it was like talking to the guy that's in charge, that's bringing us across. What a brilliant guy. He's a human being. He understands and he gave a brilliant answer. And it's like, wow, it gave me so much confidence. I know there's so many people out there, and I was one of them, when things are dragged along and you get all excited, oh, we're getting all this, and then it all seems to flop, and then it gets excited and flop. You get to the stage where you think, I can't be bothered with any more flopping, it ain't going to work. But keeping the faith, and it's trying to put through to people out there that, yeah, I'm the first one. I would have kicked it into touch a couple of years ago when I lost faith. But I had to keep the faith because at the end of the day, the assets are there and I want to get them because they're going to make my life better. So we fetched them across. We've just got to take time because when you look back, it's all right saying, oh, well, I want them now. No, step back 3 months ago, you had nothing. The assets were there, but there was no way of getting them back. Now there is some way of getting them back. We just got to take little steps. As hard as it sounds, I mean, I could make do with my assets now. I can't do it. We're scrimping and scraping. We've got a Christmas here. It's not going to be like the last few Christmases. The cost of living is out the roof. So our money is tight. But knowing eventually we're going to get the assets by building up. And we've got to build the system up so the system keeps sustaining it, not just for me, but for everybody else that wants their assets out. Because it's all right just me saying, well, I want my assets. But it's not about just me. It's about Winnie. It's about Kev. It's about Sarah. It's about every person that's watching this. It's about the people that aren't watching this. We've got to build this system up for them as well. And once people start realizing it's not just for me, I'm helping my mate out next door. Last year, I think it was last year, I gave Kev a certain amount of money to get him onto one of the platforms because Kev couldn't afford it. Now Kev's doing the same for me. So it's not about the money. It's about helping each other along because if you're trying to make it to the top on your own, you're going to be bloody lonely when you get there. But if you're trying to help each other out and build each other up and, hey, up, mate, I'm going to gear leg up the ladder. I can't get much further, but I'll gear you up. If we're all working together, that's what the community is. That's what the whole thing was about. It wasn't just about greed for me. It was about all of us getting there.
Yeah, well, Winnie's wine bar is going to be huge. We're all going to be
busy water, Winnie.
All going to be congregating in Winnie's wine bar.
Cocktail bar. Wine bars are from the 80s, by the way. It's a cocktail.
Can I be your bouncer?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
But no, it's true what you said, Chris. And, you know, if these members got their TFA packs paid out too quickly, they wouldn't be learning the platform in order to utilize it best for the future anyway. So I praise and congratulate the way that Dalversal has done this strategically. That's the way I see it. A, to make it sustainable, and B, to give us the opportunity for the community to take the reins and teach each other. And this is what we're seeing in the Bureau. We said it before, Steve, Lavernia, Winnie's come from just a normal member. We've come from just a normal member. But when you get that, the gist of what it's about, you've come from nothing, sitting in your corner just waiting, to somebody who will come on the show, talk to other people. That's where the reassurance comes. And this is what Dalversal are looking for. They're looking for an active community. An active community won't do anything by just sitting watching videos. Get involved.
This is where in the real world, the financial world, the world that people don't see, the world where people think the media is telling you the truth, you got to sit and watch that box in the corner. You got to listen to the radio. You got to listen to the news, the British corrupt broadcasting people. They're telling you the truth. They're not, and they're just keeping you wrapped up as slaves. Now, this Dalversal, this platform, is teaching us how to be a community, to be people, to talk together, to work it out, to work our futures out, not just to come in and grab assets and run, because you grab your assets and run, you got nothing. If you get your assets and you know, right, I've got my assets now, what can I do with them? I'm going to keep this going. It's not just for greed like is in the outside world. It's for making it sustainable. Those people out there that listen to the telly and that are grabbing the money now, they don't have anything in a few years' time, whereas we are going to be building ours up. I've got a 15-year-old daughter. I'm confident that she's set up for life, whereas when I was her age, I didn't know what the next day brought. I didn't know the future. I'm confident now. No, I was talking to Kev about it last night. I've put in the foundations for my daughter that she is going to be financially secure, and she knows this platform. She's looking at it. She's working with it. She knows what the crack is. Now, it's like I said the other week about the education officer saying, what do you want to be when you're 18? She said a millionaire and she got laughed at. I've got every confidence she'll do it because she's learning how to make her own future. She's not relying on going to work 9 to 5 or how many hours they want her to work, to go there, be a zombie, do whatever it is. They'll chuck a bit of money out and go home. This way, she's doing it herself. She doesn't need to rely on some big posh bosh somewhere that's going to be filling his pocket and just giving us crumbs off the table. No, she's learning how to make her own money, so she'll be able to be self-sufficient. She'll be able to say, don't need to go work for you, for you to rob me, I'm doing it myself.
The very fact that the community is helping the community members to make it in real life, that's what they call the social fi metaverse. That's what we're aiming for. Which brings us to rolling this show to an end. We're rolling up for the 2 hours nearly. So, Winnie, would you like to add any to that, Winnie, before we wrap up?
That's a question. Well, something I thought when Chris was talking, he said they're teaching us to be a community, which is kind of true, but also we're teaching them to be a community, which is why we're valuable to them rather. And they're very canny about everything they do, as you say, slowly, and it's win-win for them as well. So
exactly,
yeah, it's great. I like the speed they go at, steadily, and and I was remembering, in fact, it was to Lavernia was posted something, and I remembered what Jonah said, that he wants happy users, and Mohammed talked about this psychological thing where they measured people's emotions and stuff, and that
the frequency,
the most powerful thing was authenticity.
Yes,
that's what most. I'm trying to put it into words. What did he mean by that? Well, trust, basically.
Yeah. Wanted something to do with the height of the frequency, the wavelength. The power of those meeting in the middle doubled the frequency wavelength of authenticity, truth, and honesty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I found that was an awesome video, that. Yeah. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't one of ours. It was one of theirs.
Yeah, I think it was the town hall or the town hall
Yeah,
one where there's
it
all of
was.
them with
That's
Neo
right.
and
Yeah,
Mohammed
that was
and
a
Joe.
very good video. That
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, very insightful, Mohammed. I like his way of thinking. I really do. Okay, couple of chat room messages. Adam's seen my meme. Winnie's seen it too. Yeah. Little tongue in cheek. Mila, thank you guys. Great Zoom as always. Thank you for turning up, Mila. That's great. Lavernia, absolutely. People helping people. We have to reach out and touch each other to build this community. Everyone becomes in 100% agreement, like mindsets. Absolutely. And like we said earlier on, thank you so much, Miss Transformer, for your input. You are an absolute icon in those groups now, and I'm seeing people turn to you quite a lot now. That's great. Great call tonight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for turning up, Jenny, and everybody else that's joined us in this evening's show. It's been absolutely wonderful. And it's great to be back. And like I say, I didn't really want to cancel last week, but unfortunately, our accommodation has to come first. So, okay, guys, it's been great having you for episode 14 of Metaverse Masterminds. Try and make it to the Sunday evening sessions. I'll try and get this right, 7 p.m. UK time. They are in Zoom. There is a Zoom room, but we broadcast that to YouTube as well. Keep your eye on the groups because it's a global session now. We do post them throughout all the groups, yeah, not just the African group. So you should be able to get the link from that. So coming to the end, last words. Buddykins doesn't normally give, but she can wave, I'm sure. Yeah. Trucker Fletch, do you want to give a few last words first before Winnie?
Yeah, see ya. Yeah, stay safe, everybody. Stay lucky and just keep plodding on there. We're getting there. Keep doing your charging every day. It only takes 2 seconds, even though sometimes I even forget to do that, but I'll do it later on. Keep your charging, keep plodding on. We're getting there.
Awesome. Okay, Winnie?
Yeah, keep charging and don't space off and do something else and forget to. I did that, collect and then look at a message, and then thankfully within 24 hours I collected. That's how it can happen. Which reminds me, because I've been aware of this is wonderful, and don't forget to step away from the screen, go and look at the sky, look at the ground.
I saw 10 meteors last night from the Perseus meteor shower. I was sat out there 3 o'clock this morning. I saw 10 meteors.
Yeah, there has been a meteor shower over the UK. Yeah.
And I've got something quick to say. Rome wasn't built in a day, but if he was the foreman, it would have been.
I don't know where you get that from, Chris. All right, guys, it's been absolutely wonderful hosting this show. We always have a great old chinwag, and if any of you guys would like to come in the studio and join us, please feel free to contact me or Winnie, and we'll arrange that. It's easy. We just send you a link where you just click on it. It works in your browser. You don't have to download any software. And literally, you just have to have a webcam or a microphone, preferably a webcam too. It makes it all the more fun. And come and join us on the show. Try and make it for the Sunday night session and keep in touch. Until next time, you take care, and it's been an absolute wonderful experience. Bye-bye for now, guys. See you later.
Ta-da,
Bye.
folks.
Bye.